Hello, this is Chaneta, author of How to Have This and That. Today, I'm going to speak about believing and assuming. Believing and assuming. Mark 11:24. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Another translation says, therefore I say unto you that what things soever ye desire, if ye pray believing that ye receive them, you shall have them. The key here is to believe and assume that whatsoever you desire, which means anything you desire, there is no limit here. There is no big, there's no small. It is whatever you desire, whatever it may be. If you believe it, you can have it. I also like this translation of Mark 11:24. I tell you, you can pray for anything, and if you believe it, you will receive it. It will be yours. The bottom line is, if you believe, you already have it. Whatever it may be for you, you shall. You can see I like this verse a lot. Or as Neville Goddard says, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. I think that you get the picture right or right. Daring to assume that all things are possible to imagine, put this to the test by assuming you are the person you want to be, or you have to think that you want to have. Your outer senses may deny it, but if you will persist, you will receive your assumption. You will manifest what you believe you already have. However, you must be persistent, and you must keep your faith if you would bring the change about the desires that you want. With persistent assumption, persistent faith, with persistent belief, you will accomplish your goals and live your dreams. Believe me, it works that way. Put it to the test for yourself. In the book of Luke, the story is told of a man who came to a house at midnight, and said, a friend has arrived who is hungry. Would you let me have 3 loaves of bread? The man upstairs replied, it is midnight. My children are in bed, asleep, and I cannot come down and give you what you want. Then this statement is made, but because of the man's importunity, he was given all that he desired. And the word importunity means brazen impudence, which is to say, he was persistent. Having a desire, the man would not take no for an answer. You can do this the same as this man has done in every area of your life. Just be persistent. Believe until you have your desires, until you are the person you want to be. Because all things are possible when you believe. Now in the story we see that although it was midnight and the family was asleep, the father came down and gave the man what he needed. Why? Because the person knocking at that door was persistently knocking at that door, and he refused to leave until he got what it is that he came for. It works that way for all of us. With faith and persistence, we will get what we want. Keep assuming you already have whatever it is that you want. Believe you have already received it, and you shall have it, whatever it is for you. We all want different things. As Neville Goddard says, I must dare to assume I am that being I want to be. I must continue in that assumption until that which I assumed is objectively realized. Claim you are the person you want to be. Claim you have what you want to have. Persist in the assumption. Continue to assume the role until that which you have assumed is reflected in your world. Stay in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. For an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. There is nothing God cannot do. Do not think that one is fabulously rich, has an influx of spirit which differs from yours. He is imagining wealth, either wittingly or unwittingly, but you can do it knowingly. If he does not know what he is doing, he can lose his wealth and not know how to recover it. I'm asking you, regardless of your financial situation right now, to assume wealth knowingly. If tomorrow you would again return to your former state, being Bring wealth back into your being by claiming, I am wealthy. You can do that for health or anything as well. Because there's only one God. He creates poverty. He creates wealth, as there is no other creator. Assume wealth, health, joy, peace, no matter what it looks like out there. Isaiah 45 says, He creates the light and the darkness. He brings prosperity. He creates disaster. The Lord do all these things. There is only one creator. You are made in his image and likeness. As Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage, all men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts. So what part are you playing? If you like it, keep playing that role. If you don't like the role you are currently playing or the scenes that are manifesting for you, you can rewrite your script and play the role of choice and change the scenes according to how you would like them to be. You are not a victim of circumstances. You do not have to play the victim role unless, of course, you enjoy playing the poor me, woe me victim role. And you know what? Some people actually do. The power of heaven and earth is within you. You can play the role of the empowered star in your play and experience having this and that or not. Always your choice. How do you do this? Use your imagination to bring about change together with your belief in the power of assumption. Your imagination is powerful and creative. It can create the good, the bad, and the ugly. Focus your attention only on what you want manifested for you and star in that role. What role are you playing? Begin now to actively, constantly use your powerful creative imagination in the assumption that you are already living your dreams. Believe that and stay in that belief. What would your friends say about you were you successful and prosperous? How would they act towards you now that you have accomplished your goals and are living your dreams? Think about that. How would it feel to have this and that? And this and that is different for different people. Imagine that, feel that, speak that, know that. Continue to imagine that your desires are already an accomplished fact. Stay in the assumption of your desires fulfilled. Do not give into appearances of what may be happening out there in the world because it's easy to do that. I know sometimes it can be a little challenging, but don't give up. Yes, you can have the faith. Keep that faith. Surround yourself with positive people. Believe your desires are already yours and they shall. Remember what Mark 11:24 says. Therefore I say unto you, what things soever you desire, when you pray, believe you've got them and you will have them. In the book of Psalms, you are told to commune with your own self. Sit quietly, be at peace with yourself, and your thoughts will begin to flow within you from God. Follow the inner voice of your higher self. Live from the knowingness that with God, all things are possible to you. You will know what to do, when to do, how to do, when it's the right time. Neville says each one of us has a being within us who is meditating us. Dare to assume it, and for 1 week claim, I have assumed I'm the one I want to be. I am still assuming I am, and I will continue to assume I am until that which I assumed is objectively realized. And fall asleep assuming that as well as your truth, and let that living being in you give it life. For greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. We have to remember that. While you're here, you can assume any desire for yourself and those you love as well. Then you can dare to believe in what you have assumed as your reality. And if you continue assuming, you will express it. But you must believe or you will die in your wrong thinking. Always talking to yourself, which you are, that inner voice. You are instructing yourself with what you are telling yourself you are all day long. Make sure your instructions are positive and life-enhancing. Because unless you believe you are the man or woman that you want to be, you will remain being the man or the woman you don't want to be, right or right. What role are you playing in your life play? You are the author. Remember that. His name is I am. And unless you say within yourself, I am what I want to be, and believe it, you'll remain saying within yourself, I wish I were what I want to be, and die in your frustration. Believe it, assume it, and you shall have it. I encourage you to apply the law of belief and the law of assumption to your life and watch the accomplishment of your goals show up for you as your manifestation, as your harvest. All the power of heaven and earth is within you. I will say it again, all the power of heaven and earth is within you. You need not search any further than yourself. You are your friend. You are your worst enemy. No one out there can harm you unless you allow them to do so. When you realize that you are the cause of all the blows, the heartaches, the pains, the happiness, the peace, the joy within you, everything that's happening, look to yourself. It's happening within you. You begin to change your thinking. You begin to imagine only that which you desire. You will begin to believe and give your attention only to what you want manifested. You will assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and stay in that feeling no matter what. And I know it can be challenging, but you can do it. You will know that you can have this and that. Stay awake, aware, and conscious, AAC. You were born to be healthy, prosperous, and joy-filled. You don't have to struggle to have health, wealth, joy, and time freedom. Just assume you already do. Believe that you do. It works that way. Try it for yourself. Assume you are who you want to be and have what you want to have. Believe you are who you want to be. Remember that. You know that you're already living your dreams. Be persistent and consistent. Be AAC, awake, aware, and conscious. Write your script that way and stay in the role of empowerment. Be the light. Shine your light from your inner self. Not only will you be the light in your life, but it will shine so that others find their way in the darkness and are blessed because of you. And yes, you can have this and that. This is Chaneta, author of How to Have This and That. Thank you for buying my books on Amazon.com. Before you go, this is what I would like for you to do. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and click like below for more inspiring and life-enhancing videos. Share my videos with others and invite them to subscribe to my YouTube channel below and click like. Be awake, aware, and conscious. Yes, you can have this and that. Isn't it wonderful? Yes, it is. Thank you for being a part of my world.